Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another FTB video. Look at that. I happened to finish this last night. Did a little bit of building off camera, wanted to get it done, so I have a little sort of base, sort of little set piece set up, and I finished it, and I quite enjoy it. I think it looks really cool with the tree coming out like that at the top. And I did also do a little bit of interior work on it, so I'll show you that. This is where our ME molecular assembler is going to go, and that is a way later video, because that is somewhat further down the line. It's pretty expensive to maintain, or to set up. And up top here is where all the ME controls are going to go, so like your controller, the drive, access port, and everything like that. And like I said last video, that'll store our inventory in one central location, instead of those annoying chests out there. Now, I did get an elevator put in here with open blocks, which I love open blocks. All it is an ender pearl and 8 wool, and it makes an elevator. All you do is jump to go up to the next level, which it has to be directly above or below it in order to use it. But up here I set up my enchantment table, I got the whole bookcases, so in case I ever need to get some powerful enchants or anything like that, and I got this wonderful view of this whole area out here, even this mess, which I will talk about right now. So I was playing yesterday as I was building this, and in the chat window it said a meteor shower has started, and I have never ever experienced this, even playing FTB on servers, and I can actually see why, because it griefs the living hell out of your area. A meteor just rained down, and all these ores, the stone, all this stuff just rained down from the sky for probably a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, and it was not pleasant at all. And in this big crater here, you can see where there's a little bit of netherrack remaining. There were a bunch of nether ores, and there was a big meteor made of nether ores, which is very strange. So I mined that all down, and I broke it all down. I processed all that, and as I was walking, fires were following me, and there was random fire being started everywhere. And I discovered that was because I had a thing called firestone that came off of this meteor, and it was just starting fires everywhere. And thankfully I have fire tick off on this world, or I turned it off just for that circumstance, and not a good thing. So I disabled Mystcraft. I don't want random meteors falling down on my stuff, griefing my stuff, and I gotta get this area cleaned up, but that is another time. Think something I'll do off camera. It's pretty mundane work. Yeah, okay, so we have a couple special things going on today. Let me just take some of this stuff out of here, because what we are going to do is set up a reactor. I was playing around with this guy, processing all my ores, and I just don't like it, really, at all. It's such a pain to have to maintain the steam dynamo, turn it off so I don't waste power or waste charcoal or coal in there. Then having to make sure this is full and these are full, and it's just not fun. So we're trying to get a little bit more of a centralized, or localized, I should say, power source going, and the way we're going to do that is with the big reactors mod. Now, basically, big reactors is somewhat a little bit cheaty, because it has the potential to output a ton of power, and it's like really low cost. So what you're going to need to make yourselves a big reactor is, for one, a reactor controller, and let's show you how to make all this stuff. Big reactors. For the most basic thing, which is the reactor casing, it's 4 graphite, 4 iron, and any of these, but I usually use yellorium because it's an ore that you can find very commonly below level 50. Graphite is just coal or charcoal smelted in a furnace. That's how you make reactor casings, and everything else basically pulls off of a reactor casing. So the reactor controller, which is the most essential part, requires a diamond, redstone, 2 yellorium for reactor casing, the reactor power tap, which is how you get power out of it, 4 redstone, 4 reactor casings. You need 2 access ports, which is 2 pistons, 2 chests, and that'll be 8 reactor casings, and like I said, you need 2 of these. Red nut port I don't play around with. What else is it? I think that's, the yellorium fuel rod, 6 iron, 2 graphite, and a yellorium ingot. You need this this acts as the generator, basically, inside of your big reactor, and I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. And lastly, a reactor control rod, which is 4 reactor casing, 3 graphite, 1 yellorium, and 1 redstone. And you need 1 of these for every reactor rod that you decide to make. So let's set this guy up. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a big multi-block structure. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be any configuration. It is a completely customizable multi-block, so it does not have to be the way I'm building it. But you do need to have the frame be reactor casing, and the bottom, and then most of the ceiling also needs to be reactor casing. So that's just one thing you do have to be aware of. But I'm just going to make a small one here, just because, like I said, it's early starting power, and that's really all it's going to be used for. So in the middle, or any viable location, I should say, that you want to put the control rod, usually in the middle is the best, is where you're going to want to take these yellorium fuel rods, and you just put them in there like that, and the control rod goes on the top, and there's your fuel rod. Surround the ceiling here with more reactor casings. Easy, easy, easy. And is that... I think I might have extra casings, which is fine. Next, you are going to want the reactor controller here at somewhere, reactor power tap also somewhere, just not on the frame, and then the access port, which is how you get fuel into it, and which is how you get waste out of it. So I'll set outlet mode to make that output waste. That is where fuel will go in. And then you fill in the walls here with either reactor casing or reactor glass. I believe reactor glass, it has a benefit to it. I'm just not entirely sure what that benefit was. So, yeah. And then boom, you can see it switches over and you have yourself a big reactor. Now, there is something I want to do with this very quickly. I just gotta get up there. I haven't made an elevator for down there yet. I gotta find more ender pearls because they're not easy to find. Oh, what did I want to do? I want to take this. Oh, crap! Forgot about that. I totally forgot about that lumber axe. That was unwise of me. All right, I want to take this sign. Go in here. Down here again, and we will take this sign and put this right here, and we will call it Baby's First Reactor. Now this is sort of a bit of a custom that I've had whenever we use big reactors, like on servers or with friends or something like that, because this is like nuclear reactors for children. It's pretty much exactly what it is. It's so easy, it's so cheap, and it like outputs so much power. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I call it Baby's First Reactor, because I just find that to be hilarious. And that's that. That is done. I do still have to get coolant in here, which we can do as well. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to get materials all set up for a magma crucible and a liquid transposer, which is the next step in getting this reactor all set up, and then I will see you guys back when I have all that stuff. Alright, we are back here, and I'm just finishing some crafting up. You can see I have my magma crucible and I have my fluid transposer, two very essential things which I will show you guys in a second here, just what they do. And did I get that wrong? Yes, I did. Just need to make a little bit of energy conduit here, just because the configuration of these things, it's not going to be very easy for me to set it up here. Okay, so what the magma crucible does is melt down materials. Let's see, I need to get the facing is going to be on that guy. So we need that side set to orange, and we need the... No, that's the top. Yeah, we want that one blue, and we need this guy set to orange in the back. Okay. The magma crucible will melt down materials into a liquid. I did that wrong. And the fluid transposer basically puts those liquids into specific items. Like buckets, it can put them into other stuff. It's a little bit weird to explain, but you'll get the gist of it in just 1 second, especially as far as why I'm doing this. Okay, so we need the fluid transposer inputs on that side, output is on that side. We'll get the rest of this turned off here just because I don't want any flukes going on here. So the way that these work is that, like I said, it'll melt down materials into liquid. And the reason I need this is because liquid redstone acts as a coolant inside the big reactor. And it cools the reactor down so it runs at a lower temperature, so it uses less fuel, and it also causes it to output much more power, which is awesome. Now, I don't remember how much how much redstone equals 1 bucket. I believe it's 1,000 is 1,000 millibuckets is 1 bucket. Yeah, it is. Okay, so to fill 8 buckets, I'm going to need 80. Each one gives 100. Yeah, that's 80 redstone. Wow. That's a lot of redstone. Alright, so I'm going to, now that you can see what that does, you just put the redstone in there. The magma crucible, 1 uses fuel, which it's using it at an alarming rate. So let's see if we can get some more fuel coming in on that guy. Output there. Can we get that to work? Yes, it is going up. Awesome. So you put the material in there, it melts it down into liquid. Normally it would fill it up in this tank here, which you can see it's kind of doing, but I have it set to auto output into the fluid transposer, which just fills up with destabilized redstone, fills the buckets here, and then we're all set. So I will cut back in as soon as these are all filled, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do to cool your baby's first reactor. Alright, so we're back, and we have our 8 buckets of destabilized redstone, and we're going to show you just what this stuff does. Now, it is a drinkable liquid, I believe, if you have a straw, and when you drink it, it gives you haste, I think. So that's sort of interesting. Let me just make a staircase. Nah, it's not a staircase. Alrighty. So I do have to break these just to get inside of here, and let me boost my way back up. Actually, that's stupid because I'm going to need those. So let me just break through here. The cool part about Baby's first reactor is that it's completely reconfigurable. So if you decide that you want to change this, you can totally do that at any given time. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, add more fuel rods. Doesn't matter. But you just pour this out like that, and you do want these all to be source blocks. Is the most effective way to cool your reactor, and it's literally just flowing redstone. Works just like water, except that you cannot infinitely source block it. See, as you can see right there, because there's source there, and this does not fill up and become a source, but there we go. We have our reactor all set up and ready to be cooled. The last thing I have to do is just take this reactor core, and we will name it Rodimus Prime. Little Transformers throwback, in case anyone knows that. These controls here, this just sets the name. It'll tell you the heat when the reactor's turned on, which is currently not, because I have nothing to give power to. This tells you what the reactor's running at, but it's inversed a little bit. So 0% means it's running at full capacity, and we don't want that. It's going to use a lot of fuel. It's going to output an obscene amount of power that we don't need. So I just keep it on 90%, which means it's running at 10% what it normally could be doing. And that is that. We will load it up with some fuel. You can see it filled up right there automatically. It's all full of fuel, and I'm not going to turn it on because we have nothing really to power at the moment, which is the next thing we're going to get into. This reactor mainly, since I'm running quite low on resources, is going to power one thing and one thing only, and that is going to be a quarry. A quarry is exactly what it sounds like. Digs a big square hole straight down to the ground. Collects all the ores that it gets from it, all that good stuff. It's basically like a turtle, it's basically like a turtle, excuse me, I'm losing my train of thought, I'm trying to read stuff and sleep, and it's, But it's basically like a turtle, but it works a lot faster, which is awesome, which is exactly what you want. Okay, but first, in order to do that, one, I don't want to destroy this landscape, besides, what I've already done, which I'm definitely going to end up covering this stuff up, but I don't want to destroy this landscape, and two, I need to build a quarry, which I can do, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Right now, what I want to do is build a little section for Mystcraft, which is a mod I've never played with. What it does is lets you make new dimensions and stuff like that, which I think is very cool, and we're going to mine in one of those dimensions. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of a speed up here as I build a little library section for Mystcraft, because I'm all about the building, and I'm all about having separate sections for stuff, because I think it makes the world look cooler, makes it look more developed. But yeah, so here comes a little speed up, little building montage, and we'll be back when... So now that we've got that done, and I actually really, really like the way this came out. I really like this open bubbled out area here and this long thing, and then the roof looks awesome. It contrasts really well with the marble here that I used. And oh, I don't believe I ever talked about the little tool that I was using there. Oh, and these lamps. I love these lamps. If you haven't looked into Project Red illumination in your FTB playthroughs, or just if you mod Minecraft in general, definitely look into these things. These are so cool. But first off, before we get started here with Mystcraft, let's sleep. Get some daylight going, because I do not want mobs to spawn. And okay. So let's see. What did we need here? Oh, the mod. I was talking about that mod. That's right. This is the chisel mod, and it adds a chisel, and it adds a bunch of textures, and it's really, really, really cool, because what you can do, and this works with most every single block in the game, which is pretty sweet. You right-click when you're holding the chisel, take the block you want to edit, just toss it in there, and it will automatically generate all kinds of different textures and stuff like that. And it's not random generation. Every block has its own set variable texture and whatnot, but it's very, very cool. It's really cool for aesthetics, which I am super into, especially in Minecraft, which I think you sort of have to be into aesthetics to even enjoy Minecraft, but nonetheless, very, very cool mod. So let's get onto it with Mystcraft, because I do not want to, like I said, destroy this landscape with a bunch of ugly quarry holes and stuff like that. Plus, it's a mod that's always banned whenever I play on servers, because I guess it's super, super lag intensive. So I don't want to have to, leather goes in there, I believe, I think? I don't know. I don't want to have to, completely forgot what I was saying. Oh well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so first step is you gotta get a bunch of ink files, which you get by having a full water bottle with 2 forms of black dye, whether it be an ink sac, black dye, tree dye, whatever. You put that into the ink mixer here with paper, and it makes a link panel, which is essential in order to get a linking book, which you definitely want before you even go off exploring. So I will click this linking book, right click it here, and this is now linked to that spot in my world. So I could open this book, says overworld, click it. I believe, actually, I think that's how you get back there from another dimension. Yeah, that is how we do that. Okay. So we are going to want to, how do we generate random pages? I'm completely new to Mystcraft, like I said, so this is all fresh to me. Do we toss them in here? Do we toss them in here? No, the leather definitely goes in there. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to take a look on the wiki and see how to start generating some random pages so we can start exploring some areas of Mystcraft, some new dimensions. I'll be right back. Alright, I have done a little bit of figuring, a little bit of reading, and so basically the way Mystcraft works is you basically make books that link into other dimensions, so you need pages for that. We don't have any pages because I have not found, a villager, or a village. Then again, I haven't really looked, but they often have archivist villagers, which are added by Mystcraft, that have these pages and stuff like that. So we need those, and they'll have random pages, but you can also go into a Mystcraft age and look for libraries, which will have pages in them as well. So in order to make blank pages, which we're going to have to do to get a random book, random dimension, you just take paper, go here in the bookbinder, just toss it in there, it becomes a blank page, and then I could just toss more of these in there, because there's a lot to account for when making Mystcraft ages. So yeah, there's stuff like that. So we'll call this random 1, and I don't know why, I think I do need another. Another unlinked link book. I thought I did? Man, this is some confusing stuff. Let me let me take another look at the wiki and we will see. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I did figure out what the problem was. I was just tossing random blank pages in there. I needed an actual link panel to, in order to actually make this book linkable. So we toss the link panel in there. You can see a descriptive book pops up. Let's just toss, I don't know, say 5 of these blank pages in there. We'll store the rest of them in there. I will need that linked book. I will need that book stand. And boom, we'll take our descriptive book. And thank God we have a linking book. Let me just double check, because if I don't have this, I cannot get back to the overworld, and that is terrible. Alright, so descriptive book, and let's see and let's hope where it takes us. Ah, there we go. Okay, I was so confused. I thought we were generated a random void world. Okay, cool. So this is our dimension, and as it loads up, we're getting a little bit of frame lag, which is to be expected, because this is super intensive, this mod. But okay, cool. This is sort of unfortunate, because it's a really, like, wide tree, really foresty area. And if we're looking for libraries, which is how we find other pages, that is not exactly a good thing. So, as this, I'm getting a lot of frame stuttering. Wow. Let's hope that that frame stuttering doesn't continue. Looks like it's actually stopping. So I want to get to the top of this, and we'll place our book stand down, and we'll link a book to this particular dimension. Oh, cool. What is this? This looks very cool. Is this quarried stone? Yes, it is. That's a really cool, it's like a white, perfectly white stone, which I think is, it can look pretty cool. Alright. I do want to get up here, but I don't have the means with which to do so. I probably should have brought a stack of cobblestone. I don't know why I didn't. At least just for digging my way up here. But the goal, again, is to find these randomly generated structures called libraries, which have pages in them, which actually do things, so they're not random blank pages that make completely random dimensions. And God, I hate that this is a complete forest. This is going to make my life a nightmare. So let's get this down. Let's... If we ever need a lot of wood, though, this is a place to be. Okay. Oh, wow, what is that? Random netherrack structure. Alright, you know what? This looks like a good place to set down, or to link our unlinked link book. And there we go, it's linked to that dimension, which is random 1. We'll take our overworld book, set down a book stand, throw the overworld book on the book stand, and boom. So now, when you use these books to teleport in between dimensions, they drop out of your inventory and they are just gone. Well, they're not necessarily gone; they're left on the ground of where you just were. But if you're teleporting in and out of dimensions, it doesn't really help you because they're back in that other dimension. So you get a book stand, which is made just with 2 sticks and 1 wood plank of any kind. Makes a book stand. You put it on there so it doesn't lose durability when you use it, and it does not fall off of any particular area. So let me just set a new waypoint here, which is just, we'll just call it overworld, so we know where to go to get out of here. Alright, and let me very quickly go into the overworld, and boom, and that's that. We'll take this random 1 book and we'll throw it on the book stand there, and there we go. Okay, cool. Now we can get in and out of random 1, get into the overworld as we please. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run around and look for some generated structures so I can find some pages, and I will cut in and out when we have one of those. So I will see you in a sec. I just wanted to come back here just to show you guys this very quickly. It is a lake of redstone. Oh my gosh, that is so perfect. That's awesome, because that helps us make redstone energy conduit. That helps us cool down a reactor. Oh my gosh, that is so cool, and I'm very excited by this, and I don't know what I'm getting attacked by. It's a baby zombie. Oh, I hate these things. And, okay, it said, okay, that's it. I'm going to pan back in as soon as I find an actual structure. Be right back. Okay, so I went and I searched through that, is that really just going to stay there on the ground? That's really annoying. I went and searched through that age and could not find anything. Oh, crap. Wow, that's really annoying. Anyway, I went through that age, I could not find anything. It is literally all forest. All forest, and that's not good. I did get a lot of stuff, which is good because I needed leather for here. And I'm just gonna clear this stuff out, and then we're gonna have another go. We're gonna make another completely random age, and hope that everything just works out for the best. I guess. I don't know. So let me just get rid of all this crap. I don't need half of this stuff that I got from that age. Clay I can get rid of. Netherrack, dirt, don't need it. Seeds I will need. Fur, don't need. Trust me, don't need saplings. These logs I will need. That redstone I will need. Rotten flesh, no. Notebook, I had that for storing pages, but obviously I didn't get any pages. So, store that away. Mob drops I can drop in here. I know organization is just a whole boatload of fun to watch, I bet. But we'll get right back to Mystcraft in just a second here. And okay, cool. Now that I got that out of the way. Whoa! These are gone. Those used to be there. Okay. Well, everything I had in microblocks is gone, so that's alright. Actually, no, they're still there. They're just not appearing. Weird. I bet that fixes itself on a relog, but let's take us some more paper. Actually, no, I have blank pages, don't I? Yes, I do. Yes, I do have blank pages, and we'll need one piece of paper, maybe? No, there's already paper in there. Okay. Store that away. We'll toss this in here. We have page. A descriptive book. Don't right-click that, please, God. We will need this, and we will need a piece of leather to make us another unlinked. Actually, we need two of those, don't we? And that used all of our ink, didn't it? Oh, my. Okay. That's sort of a problem. Except for not really. So we have that, and we'll take another. Oh, my axe is broken, that's right. I tried to cut down this huge tree and it just destroyed the axe. It completely destroyed it. Which is fine, it's completely repairable. But a little bit tedious. So we'll take this book stand. We will need another linking book that links to here. Alright. And then we'll need one for when we go into there. We got a book stand, we got that. Okay, alright. Here we go. Let's try it again. Forgot. I gotta click that. Okay, now we're good. And it's probably going to take another super long time to load. It looks like it's Eternal Night. When it loads in, I will cut back in, and we'll get to doing this. Man, a lot of cuts on this video. Oh, wow, my gosh, look at this. Is that, no way, is that Ender? Oh my god, that's a Resonant Ender. Dude. Oh my gosh. This age is legit, and I can already see something built over there. Thank God this Resonant Ender doesn't have a negative effect to just being in it. That would be awful. I would not be a happy camper at that. Alright, we have to go around and make our way around here. Dig some of this crap away. Kill this douche. There we go. Okay. and that's all that's in there. That's really shitty. Although we did get some thaumium, so that's actually not too bad. Let's see if we could find another chest, which I know we can. Thaumium's definitely some useful stuff. A steel shovel, I guess. Dump off some of this extra. I will never use a TNT cart, so I'm just going to throw that away. A filled tin can is also useless. Open blocks, stencils, I'll keep it, but I'll probably never use it. That's to do with like open blocks, painting and stuff like that, which is cool in itself, but it's just not my cup of tea. There's another chest and a creeper. That creeper is fast. He has some sort of effect on him. That's weird. And this will be the one to end the episode. What is in here? More crap. Ethanol crystals. Wooden tie. Seriously? Oh, man. I can't end on that note. That's just awful. Come on, Mineshaft. You're not doing me too good right now. Oh, there's this cave spider spawner. Yep, that is definitely a cave spider spawner. The 15 seconds of poison says so. Hopefully that heals off. You know what? I think I can actually make a mob grinder out of this, which would be perfect. That would actually be awesome. So this is still a good find. Let me make a waypoint here. Spawner, done. I will meet you back in the overworld. I want to make something up. We'll come back. We'll get that spawner. So I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I am back here, and what I wanted to make was this guy, a diamond dolly, which lets you pick up blocks, lets you pick up chests and move them, lets you pick up spawners and move them and stuff like that. And it's actually very, very cool. So we make that with we need a regular dolly first, which is just 5 iron. Or is that 6 iron? No, it's 5 iron. And any regular wood plank gets you a dolly. Toss that there, throw those across there, and boom, we have ourselves a diamond dolly. So we're going to cut in, come back in, or cut out and come back in when we are back at that spawner. Okay, there we go. So I believe we just right click, yep, and we have ourselves a diamond dolly. But we gotta get diamond dolly with a monster spawner on it, but we gotta get us back to the overworld. So I'm gonna cut back again. A lot of cuts this video. But I'm going to cut back in again when we're back to the overworld, and we will end off the episode there. Alright, and we're back. I'm just going to toss this in here, and I'm going to do a little bit more reading on Mystcraft, just so I know really how it works, and all the ins and outs, and finding pages, and stuff like that. Hopefully next time we can get ourselves a good age, we can get some quality pages going, and we'll have someone at Quarry build up some materials. So that's what I'm going to do here in between episodes, but thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was enjoyable, a little bit of a little introduction into Mystcraft, a little journey together that we took on here, and don't forget to like, favorite, and share the video, and subscribe if you're excited for FTB, if you want to see more videos, if you want to see me kick books around some more, because I guess that's a thing you could do with Mystcraft. But yes, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. See you later.